What is up, homies? Welcome to another reaction from Heroes Reforged. We're doing the official teaser trailer for the Super Mario Brother movie with our Italian expert, Hector Navarro.
Wow, welcome, Hector. You're an expert on all things Italy now.
I just went to Italy, and I've been playing Nintendo games since I was a kid, so I am the expert, for sure. The fictional character Mario.
For sure.
Oh, my God.
Mario. I guess you're watching this
Mario, yeah.
If you're on the East Coast. No joke, do you guys have any expectations or anything about this? Or any, like, what are your feelings about this animated Super Mario Brothers movie as of right now? Like, because I know we're not talking to our buddy Matt Acevedo, who's like the number one Nintendo fan. That guy, that is fandom.
The CEO of Nintendo.
But what are your guys' feelings towards the brand right now? And like, specifically, do you have any thoughts about this movie?
Well, when it comes to the brand, I mean, yeah, I grew up playing a lot of Nintendo 64 as well, when that was, you know, like the most popular thing at the time. Smash Brothers, all that stuff. So I think growing up, I loved playing all of that stuff. I've obviously been disconnected from it for quite some time now. I don't have a Nintendo. I don't have a little handheld Nintendo. So I don't game like that, like most of our friends do. But I still, and whenever I see the characters from those games or just see those characters referenced in pop culture, it taps into those nostalgic feelings that I had for Mario and Luigi from all those years ago. And even that movie with John Leguizamo and the late great Bob Hoskins, it's a movie. But it is one of those like guilty pleasures that I'm like, yeah, sure. I love those two actors and Dennis Hopper. So if it's on, or if I happen to catch it on streaming, like I might watch a clip of it or two. So I'm looking forward to seeing just what this does, because I feel like this has to kind of do two things. And I think this is true of any sort of nostalgic property. It has to satisfy fans who've loved Mario for 40 years, but it also has to, in some ways, bring in younger generations who maybe are not as well versed in the Mario universe.
Yeah, I think you're right. And I would love to get, Augustine, I want to get your take on this, because you are a huge enthusiast and passionate fan of great animation. So do you have any thoughts on the Illumination studio that has been, for the past couple of years, seemingly dominating, I guess, outside of like Pixar?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. It feels like it's almost taken the place of like the DreamWorks animation studio in terms of like success at the box office. And it just went from Despicable Me to Minions, which is huge, to The Secret Life of Pets, to, I think they did Sing. I feel like they did Sing.
Yeah, both of them.
I think they did.
They do pretty well.
Dude, they all crush at the box office. Yeah. They all have talking animals and they crush. Augustine, any thoughts on the Illumination studio as a whole?
I think there is a precedent that was already set by Wreck-It Ralph for like video game animation movies. I hope they take a little bit of inspiration from that, because Mario is a world that's so lived in. Everybody knows Mario. Everybody's familiar with the game mechanics, how he moves, how he looks, all that stuff. Luckily, we have already seen Mario in animated format, obviously, since his inception. So I think that's kind of in the bag. I think what the bigger thing is here is that this movie has to do amazing. Like this is Mario's movie in Mario's animated format. Like this has got to be a banger no matter what. I'm hoping that the fan casting, not the fan casting, but the voice casting of all these famous actors helps it in the long run. I was very skeptical about how Chris Pratt, and I don't know though. I was super happily surprised by all the Lego movies. Lego Batman is still, I think, one of the greatest Batman movies ever made. The Lego movie was a shocking surprise. Nobody expected that. So I hope this follows along the same vein, but I'm hoping that it opens it up for more video game movies. And Sonic crushed. Sonic absolutely crushed, and it's still crushing.
First one.
Yeah, I mean, it's happening, and I'm hoping Mario can find that kind of success, and maybe not even to go into a live action sense, just keep this universe going. And hopefully it'll get people like me. Guys, I was born in '84. This franchise was made for me. Like I was the prime target for all of this stuff. And so if it finds my audience, if it finds the younger audience, which it definitely will, I'm hoping it'll do good. But proof's in the pudding. Let's see what Jack Black has cooked for us.
All right, you guys ready? Yeah. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go. Jesus.
Of course, Bowser's the most evil motherfucker.
Behold, the king of the Koopas!
Like that guy.
Oh, shit.
I like
that
that Koopa with the eye patch.
Yeah. Oh man. There is no shame in their game. Oh man.
Oh my God.
That is but a taste of our fury. Do you yield? I do not.
Oh man.
Oh, sweet God.
Oh man.
I finally found it. Now who's gonna stop me?
Okay.
All right, Jack Black.
All right.
Yeah, this movie's gonna make $1 billion.
Yeah. Look at this.
What is this place?
Still kind of weird that it's Chris Pratt.
Do not touch that mushroom, you'll die! Oh, I'm sorry. That one's perfectly fine. Come on, Mario!
Is that Keegan Michael Key?
Mushroom Kingdom.
I think so.
Yeah, I think it is.
Wow.
Mario, the Super Mario Brothers movie. All the celebrities. So Charles Martinet is in there, the voice of Mario in the video games. He's in there too. There's
Nice.
the Luigi.
In real D 3D?
Good.
Look at that advertisement for the real 3D. Okay. 3D. Motherfuckers knew how to sell us three idiots on this movie. Gotcha. Okay.
Exactly. I'm gonna put this on loop while we talk because this I think it hit the mark. I think it really hit the mark. They did a really good job of making Bowser look imposing and scary and like ultra powerful.
But
and I think that's what it needed.
It's all perfectly kid friendly. It's all like
it's still kid friendly.
It looks gorgeous as I expected it to, just because modern animated movies, they always look stunning. Like all of their G effects and particles and all of that stuff, and the character animation. I'll say this about Illumination: I haven't been the biggest fan of a lot of their movies. A lot of their movies, I think, are geared towards a younger audience, which is totally okay. I'll go on record: I don't like the Minions. I don't like them. I don't like that big one looking over the freeway in LA that's over at Universal Studios. I don't like
that guy.
But I'll say this: the thing about Illumination is they are a studio that was originated in France, and they have really talented animators there. Those people who work at Illumination, they move their characters beautifully, extremely well, great animation. And this is, in a lot of ways, it's the perfect franchise for them to take on, because it's like, it's Mario, like you guys are saying, everybody knows it. But secondly, it's the type of world and characters that it's like, you don't need that much dialogue to get the storytelling across. And that's their specialty. That's their expertise. When it comes to movies with the dialogue, it's the dialogue that I don't like in Despicable Me, or it's the dialogue that I don't like in, The Secret Life of Pets or whatever. So to have something like this, that they get to flex with their skill set and their animation and play in a world that is extremely, like you guys are saying, beloved. I think it's kid friendly. I think it looks beautiful, but I think that like that storytelling and that tone of like Bowser, big, scary, lava versus penguins. They're cute, they're icy. And then Mario in the squishy mushroom world. It's all hitting, and that's what it should be doing. So yeah, like you guys are saying, those are my initial impressions. I think it's hitting the mark. I would have liked it if Mario had more of an Italian accent. I would have liked it if they,
Of course, Hector. Of course.
If they hired an Italian actor who would have been like, whether the actor has the accent in real life or not, to been like, allow me to really put
Wait, did you just clear your throat and crack your knucks? Because if you're about to do an Italian accent, go for it.
No, I'm not going to do it. But it's funny because I feel like the decision to have Pratt in there, not that he's not we just praised Lego Movie. Lego Movie is an all-timer. it's a banger. It's so good. And a big part of it is his Emmett character is really great. And Chris Pratt does a great job. That yes, he's a movie star. He can do something like this. But I feel like the decision to cast him was number one, like, you know, celebrity recognizability. It's like little kids don't give a shit.
Absolutely.
Who cares? Whatever.
Absolutely.
Number two, I think somebody somewhere made the decision of like, is the Mario accent offensive? It was designed by Japanese video game developers in the 80s as kind of an homage or an impression or a caricature of like a custodian in the building that they were like some Italian immigrant, or based on some where you just feel like, yeah, the origins of Mario are not super politically correct, I guess would be the way to say it, like super aware, socially aware. However, I feel as though it's okay to have pride in that character. It's for me, it's similar to Speedy Gonzalez, right? Mel Blanc, who's not Mexican, voiced Speedy Gonzalez in the original Looney Tunes cartoons, and Speedy has for Mexican people has like a lot of, or people of Mexican descent, a lot of complex feelings. I know he's a stereotype in some ways, and I know it's kind of, you know, but the idea is like, if you have a Mexican actor playing that character and maybe some Mexican storytellers to infuse the character with some sort of authenticity, then go for it and have fun, because it has become a bit of I know Mexican people that are proud that Speedy Gonzalez is Mexican, and they don't, you know, that they embrace that kind of catchphrase or whatever. Mario's got catchphrases out the ass, and I would have loved it if this, if the first words out of his
Stanley
mouth
Tucci
were
comes
not,
in and he's like, "That's me."
Dude, if the Tooch did it, it would have been like searching for Italy. Like it would have been maybe a little complicated.
Searching for princess.
Here I am in the Mushroom Kingdom, looking in all the different areas of the Mushroom Kingdom for the best ingredients. I'm Stanley Tucci, Mario, searching for people. No, but you want that.
That would be great.
You know,
that would be
you want
great.
that. Let's go. You want that thing. Yeah, man, I think the movie looks great. Visually, it's going to make $1 billion. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, just by judging and looking at the production value, it looks really high quality. Hopefully the story's there. I mean, the story doesn't need to be super complex. This is really just about building and liking these characters.
If you can't figure out the story after 40 years of gaming, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I think Jack Black was the most surprising thing, because every time I hear Jack Black in anything, it's always like the Jack Black, like he's always got like that voice coming out of him. Yeah. And this didn't really sound a lot like the traditional Jack Black, but in a good filtered way, because I almost couldn't hear him in that performance, which was awesome. And it looks like Chris Pratt's performance is a little bit more subdued. Obviously, it's a very subdued scene that he was in, but I don't know, man. This is hitting for me. I can't wait to see another trailer, and I can't wait to watch this in 3D, because it looks like it's going to be gorgeous in 3D. It's going to be so good.
I totally agree with you, especially about the 3D, because it is obviously built from just straight up animation. It's fully built in the digital world, so it's fully built in 3D, which means that, of course, you still have to take the care to make sure that the 3D looks good and that it works well and fits well, and it's going to be something that's very watchable for all audiences, not just adults. And I think, the design work is really, really solid. And because, again, this is something that is like a 40-year-old property, you have the blueprint. The game is the blueprint. There's nothing like, you don't really have to do, like you're saying, too much extra work, because it's all there. And Nintendo is fully aware how everyone feels about every single game and every single story that they've ever done. So they have the ultimate feedback survey from their audiences for 40 years.
The thing I'm most excited about, honestly, is it seems as though this is the origin of Mario even entering this world, right? It's Bowser going, who's going to stop me? And it's him being like, Mario being like, whoa, where am I? I've never been in this world. It's the origin. And you need to do that, because the thing I didn't like about the Pokemon Detective Pikachu movie is that it wasn't that initial, like, we're stepping into the world movie. It was like, we're going to have Ryan Reynolds do his thing, and here's a cute Pikachu, and it's a world that everybody's already, and I was frustrated by that, because I wanted the sort of Ash Ketchum, like, based on that anime or based on that first generation of, like, that kind of, that's what I wanted from that.
It's the moment when you cross over into the universe and you're like, now I'm in.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. And I feel as though Nintendo allowed that movie to be made, because they're like, well, if it does well, it does well, but if it doesn't do great, it's still not gonna like harm the brand in any way.
It's not
because
the movie.
It's not pure Pokemon. It's not the thing. It's like kind of a spin-off, because the Detective Pikachu game was a spin-off in and of itself, but this feels like it's basically an adaptation of that first time you open up the video game, world 1, level 1, that's what it feels like. And I'm glad it's that, as opposed to like joining Mario and Luigi and all these characters in this world on some new adventure as though they've already done all the games.
Yeah.
That would
absolutely.
My hope is that, you know, well, I think you guys are right in saying that this is going to be very successful, as long as, you know, people don't come out of the early screenings and are like, oh, it's such a bummer that they completely missed the mark. I think if people come out of it and they're like, it's actually pretty good, I think kids are really going to like it. I think all audiences who grew up with it are going to like it. It really taps the nostalgia, but also offers something new. My hope is, and I feel like this has kind of been the case with a lot of the video game franchises, not all, but some of them, they're sometimes seem to be unwilling to just embrace animation as the way of telling their story. Mm-hmm. They're doing a Twisted Metal adaptation right now. Sony's doing one that's live action with Anthony Mackie. And I'm like, cool, I hope it's really good. Right. I hope you take in consideration sort of the lore and all that sort of stuff. I loved growing up, I loved characters like Spyro the Dragon and Crash Bandicoot. I'd love this type of a treatment. I don't need it to be live action. It doesn't even make sense to be live action.
Right, Sonic probably should have also been fully animated.
Right, you know? Like I don't need that sort of connection into our real world, because I'm already knowing that I already know I'm walking into a world that requires me to suspend my disbelief. So if this allows that to sort of like flourish and thrive, and it leads to potentially more adaptations that are more of an animated style, then I would love to see other characters get the same treatment. It would be so cool to go to the theater, you know, maybe once or twice a year and get Mario, Crash Bandicoot, Spyro the Dragon, all these really cool video games that we grew up with, to have their sort of their own chance to be able to just offer something new to audiences who know the characters, or just something new to audiences who have never met the characters before. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing another trailer for sure.
It's shocking to me how people so quickly forget how good a story can be in animated format. Like Pixar has proven since its inception that animated movies can hit all audiences. They can make you cry in 5 minutes. They can do as much or more than a live action movie, but movie studios forget so quickly that they just funnel it all for children. Like it's immediately just thought of as like a children's property. And that sucks. And I hope there are more movies that can prove that wrong, to like to help that universe that you're talking about, Adam, like a Spyro movie. Let's get more Super Mario movies. Let's get a full-blown Sonic movie where he's in his own universe, right? Let's do all these characters that people love and cherish so much that are more in the cartoony video game realm. That's really where studios are missing the mark. And hopefully this is a step in the right direction, because Sonic was already a good step. I hope this is a good step, and I hope they take a risk and do a full-blown Pokemon movie in the Pokemon universe in which it follows like the Game Boy games. I think that would be really rad. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully this is a good step.
In real 3D, hopefully.
3D, baby.
But guys, let us know in the comments below what you thought about this first official look at the Super Mario Brothers movie. What are some of your thoughts? How do you think this is going to stack up to the original game, especially for those of you out there who we know are probably mega fans? Let us know, and maybe some other characters you'd like to see get this treatment as well. Subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you guys in the next reaction. Bye.